Hey guys, welcome to the review of our Jeep Wrangler 2011 model, two-door. This is a 6-speed manual transmission, and being a 2011, it's the last of the V6 3.8 litre engine. So the 2011 model Jeep Wranglers, the JK, were the last ones that had the V6 3.8 litre engine. They then changed over to, for the 2012 model onwards, changed over to the 3.6 litre V6. Now the 3.6 litre, although it's a slightly smaller displacement engine, puts out quite a substantial 85 horsepower extra in horsepower and quite a lot of torque as well. So these things you can pick them up for a pretty good price, because the 2012, from 2011 they jumped in engine capacity, or in horsepower capacity, with a much better and a much more fuel efficient engine as well. Also, the automatic transmission that's coupled with the new 3.6 litre is a 5-speed automatic Mercedes-Benz designed transmission, and the relatively old 4-speed automatic transmission in these 2011 models is not as good a transmission. So 2012 is a better model if you can afford the extra dollars, but you can pick these things up for a reasonably good price, and they're still a great marriage of engine and transmission. This one happens to be a 6-speed manual, and I believe in the 2012 the 6-speed manual was still the same transmission. So this particular one's got the ARB bull bar mounted on the front, which is, in my opinion, one of the best bull bars. It works well and is compliant with the airbags of the vehicle. It's got the mounts ready here for spotlights, for driving lights. You could also mount, if you wanted, you could put the LED light bar on top. It's also set up for a winch. We've got the number plate removed at the moment to show you this, but it's set up with all the mounting bolts and so on ready for a winch. So really good bull bar. It's got fog lights and indicators all mounted within the bull bar itself. The engines, we just open up here to access the engine. We just lift this and we bring this up. If you come over here, you'll see over the back here on the top of the engine, it's got 3.8 litre V6. So that's how you know that it's pre-2012, 3.8 litre. If it was a 2012 model onwards, it would be a 3.6 litre engine. Far better engine, far much more horsepower and torque, and better fuel efficiency. So yeah, 2012 up. This particular vehicle we picked up with 90,000 kilometres only, which is quite low for its year, and it's in really good condition. It's almost in as new condition. Okay, so we also picked this up, and it had the Goodyear Wrangler mud terrain tyres, which are pretty awesome tyres for off-road. I think it's the tyres that really make an off-road vehicle. They've probably got about 85%, 80% tread left on them, so pretty good tyres. A little bit noisy on the road, and probably not as safe as a good road tyre, but what we're thinking of doing is getting some really cool black rims for the vehicle, and maybe getting an all-terrain or even a road tyre, because probably 80% of the driving is on the road anyway. And then if we're going to take it off-road, we can simply swap these rims over and take it off-road. So we've got the awesome mud terrains for the off-road. So just moving around the vehicle, Jeep really kept their styling pretty much the same all through the years. You can tell by the vertical grille bars and the shape of the vehicle. The shape of the vehicle has pretty much been the same. This is the Wrangler Sport, which is pretty much, you know, your standard Jeep Wrangler. The Rubicon, which is designated by having Rubicon written through here, is a much better road off vehicle. It's got much stronger axles, it's got disengaging sway bars, it's got a whole bunch of different off-road options that for the off-road person that does a lot more off-roading would be a far better, but it comes at a cost as well. This car's also got really good clearance. You can see really good clearance up in the mud, so if you're going through muddy terrain, a build-up of mud and so on is not going to impact on your guards. You've got your side steps that come standard with it. And this particular vehicle has got it's got a soft top on it. It came with a brand new soft top, and from inside you can see straight out through these windows really clearly. They're kind of tinted so you get some protection from the sun. In the summer, the soft top is the way to go. Really easy to flip the top off. Inside the cabin there's just 2 clips you undo, and the whole top here just flips over to the back, and you've got a totally large sunroof area, which is fabulous. The back of it comes off. It's a little bit of work. There's a few zips and there's a few Velcro straps to undo to access the full soft top advantage. But once you take this thing off on a summer's day heading down the coast, you can't beat it. It's just awesome. Coming around the back, so we spare wheel mount. Obviously all of the Wranglers have got them in the same place. This one doesn't have a tow bar. We're going to fit one. Not a lot of room in the back of the 2 doors, but still adequate. You know, adequate to put a few things. And if you're heading down the gym, throw your bag, whatever you want to put in there. You know, you've got a little bit of storage underneath here with tools. The rear seat folds down, so once you've folded it down, you've got a fair bit of room in the back. Then if you just load your girlfriend up in your camping gear and away you go. A lot of fun to be had. The back window is just this flap, and again just 2 zips vertically drop down and it locks in. You shut the back door, totally waterproof, so if you get a heavily raining day you still don't get wet. We also got a hard top with this because in the winter months the hard top keeps you warmer. There's less road noise and it's a little safer, a little more secure. People can't break in as easy. With these you can just run a knife through the plastic windows and they're in, or undo the zips and they're in the vehicle, so you would never want to leave a soft top and leave valuables inside. The hard top's a much better option for winter, so we got one of those as well. Once you know how to do the changeover, it's a lot easier. When we first got it, we got a video on YouTube. We watched a video, probably took us 45 minutes playing around with it, learning what went where. Once you know how to do it, there's a process, there's different steps to take. Once you can do it, it's quite a simple procedure. Okay, so having a look at the 2011 Jeep Wrangler interior, they're a really cool interior. The whole car's a cool thing. It's just so much fun to drive and fun to have. You've got your grab rail over here, so if you're off-road, and don't get me wrong, these things are a very serious off-road vehicle. In fact, I think currently they've been rated one of the best off-road vehicles that are available. So you've got your grab bar here for your passengers. Whilst these look like little speakers, they're actually aircon outlets. So these rotate around for your aircon. You've got your power windows here for your left and right door. Your sound system, this one doesn't have a built-in GPS unit, but it does have a pretty awesome sound system. The sound system has got a subwoofer mounted in the rear. It's got speakers mounted here up in the back, up in the top over here. And also it's got some speakers in the front up on the top here, little tweeters, and overall the sound is really good. It does have the capability of Bluetooth connecting your phone, but I believe the Wrangler Bluetooth connection is only for connecting to make phone calls. So what we did was we had a system called a Parrot Bluetooth system fitted. This is the microphone sitting up here. It's got dual microphones for passenger and driver speaking. And what that does is it has a little remote which you can either mount with some Velcro to your dash anywhere you want to put it. It's only small, it's only that big. Or it can mount with a strap to the inside of your steering wheel. And with the click of one button, your phone is connected to the system. But then you can play some of the music, some of the streaming music programs like Spotify. You can play that straight through your sound system, as well as pick up phone calls and make phone calls hands-free. So the Parrot Bluetooth connection system is a really good addition. Okay, so the aircon is one of the coldest I've ever felt. It's an awesome aircon. Because you're fairly enclosed and fairly close to the dash on these things, really hot day, this aircon just gives you an absolute blast of chilled air. It's so good. It has good controls. It's got steering wheel controls here as well for your volume up and down, for your stereo. It's got your typical cruise control. It's got electric mirrors down here to move the mirrors in and out. If we want to create our sunroof, we just fold the visor down and we undo this clip up here, like so. And we undo the other one over here in the same way, like that. And there we have a sunroof. Look at that. How awesome is that? Better put the sunnies on. So, very cool car. I love this thing. I'm jealous of my son. It's his car, not mine. I've got a 2011 Mitsubishi Pajero, which I'll also do a review on because I love that car. It's such a reliable car. It's been so good. Tows the boats, tows jet skis. It's just an awesome car off-road. So my next review might be on the 2011 Mitsubishi Pajero. But for now, this is a 2011 Jeep Wrangler, and I love it. If you get an opportunity to pick up a good one, this one had 90,000 kilometers only, which is pretty low Ks for a vehicle this age. And if you get it checked out, it's a good car and get it for a good price, go ahead and get it. A lot of fun, and I think they're a pretty reliable thing. All the best.